A lot of indigenous girls have gone missing for years on end. Absolutely.
And Trump is definitely one of those people. I would definitely allegedly, I guess, but like, yeah, no, this motherfucker. So before we get there, but yeah, he from this testimony, I have no reason to believe that everything that this man said is true. You know what I mean? It ain't Epstein. It was Trump. That's why we should call it the Trump files. I think so. And his friends.
Well, again, so this is a good segue.
Yeah.
This is a good segue to Sasha Riley.
Yeah.
So
let's go do our trigger warning and let everybody know. Make sure you are comfortable and warm. And this is where the shit gets really sick and disgusting. And
well, I don't have a video. I just have the Substack page. I think
yeah, just show them the Substack. I don't even think we can show any of that. But me and Katie are just going to talk about what we both listen to. So
yeah, so
just go ahead and read some of this. Or read
here's some summaries.
Right.
So the interviewer met Sasha Riley, who is also a decorated Iraqi war vet. During the course of work, I realized he needed help. I first spoke to him by phone and recorded his initial victim testimony from July 19th to the 24th in 2015. His testimony is a window into systematic torture, rape, and murder of impoverished children under the age of 13 for profit and sport within the Trump-Epstein associated criminal enterprises. He was adopted for the purpose of trafficking by his adopted parents. He was in the trafficked Epstein ring from the time he was 9 to 13. Prior to that, he was trafficked to relatives from the time of 6 years old. His adopted father worked as a pilot, trafficker for Trump and the conspirators involved in it. His father hunted victims, trafficked them, transported clients and victims on airplanes and helicopters, and silenced victims, including by murder. His adopted father and his grandfather, his father, Paul, worked with the Dixie Mafia, and Sasha is one of the only trafficking survivors that is still alive from during those years. And he is willing to testify against the following people: Trump, Andy Biggs, Jim Jordan, Lindsey Graham, and Clarence Thomas. It is all in the auto recordings. The evidence is ample. There's films, videos, CPS reports, FBI files, military report involving court-martial of a federal soldier found with child porn that showed Sasha and one of the murder victims, which he talks about in more detail. And the evidence is supplemental. It's truthful testimony of what was seen and heard and experienced. And not only is it evidence, but it's the most important evidence. There is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 6 recordings. It is a lot. He, at one point, literally describes the murder of a young girl that they had. One of the big things that really got me was him talking about how it's not that Trump worked for Epstein, it's that Epstein worked for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And this was all before the island was even a thing, you guys.
Yeah.
And people are ripping this testimony apart, by the way. There's people that are just saying it's AI, it's fake. And as someone who's had to give something like that, where you have to sit and talk for hours, he was very calm. And it's obvious something that, he had been trying to figure out for a while, just how to say. And you just get to a point with it where it's like, I just got to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a very good point. That Trump used his teen pageants as a recruiting site.
Oh, absolutely. I bet you he had his daughter all up in that shit too.
Oh, hell yeah. And so when I saw like the thing of what was it with the whole milk or whatever, and I saw those little girls near him today, I'm like, nope, nope, nope.
Yeah. No, this is so me and Katie both listened to all 6 of them. It took me a good day because the first one's like an hour and a half, and then there are like the rest of the 5 are good like 20, 30 minutes, somewhere
It
in
took
between.
me it took me a few days.
Yeah, it took me some time too, and you had to take breaks. The shit that I listened to was absolutely disgusting. We cannot even play any of it on here at all. I'm sorry, we just can't. It's like not.
It's too graphic.
It's we would probably get flagged or banned or some shit. But I will say that like that Eyes Wide Shut party. So one thing that he also did describe, which was always kind of like something that I always figured, is that they would have these parties and invite all these people, and there would just be like regular schmegler illegal stuff, debauchery, whatever. And then the party would go late night, and then all the real people, the perpetrators, would stay and have all these things where they would torture children. That's what he said.
They also had like at one point it was like basically an underground fight club.
Yeah, it was like
but like the kids couldn't fight back, basically.
Yeah, that they would make the kids fight each other. They would drug them. And there was a lot of dissociation, a lot of stuff that he was like, I can't really remember. It's a blur because of the.
Well, he was also injured in the war. There was a thing that he had an injury.
But still, I mean, I'm
some
sorry,
of it,
that type of trauma, like you don't, you kind of block that shit out in your head. And he was very honest about the stuff that he couldn't really remember because of how traumatic it was.
Yep. And like the whole time I'm listening to this poor guy just pour his experiences out, it's like and people still aren't believing him. They're not believing the thousands of women that came forward. Like
he said, he tried to kill Trump because he thought he was going to die multiple times. He thought he was going to die. He said that him. Kicked the pole up his ass or something like that, and had him flown to the hospital because he thought he was going to die. And then and then also he said that Trump multiple times choked him till he was unconscious, like upwards of 12 times where he choked him, but he wasn't allowed to kill him. So yeah, there was a lot. Yeah, you know what? And they also another thing that
well, he's also not even in the country.
He's not in the country, and the lady was Canadian, and so she said specifically, she was like, I'm not even gonna bother asking anybody in America for help on this because they're gonna promise you some shit and not do nothing. I don't even want them to have their hands on this shit because honestly, like, look at what they do. And then also, Annabelle, stop, cut it out, sit down. Sorry.
Well, the ironic part of it is too with like the lawyers and stuff. When you hear all of this, all of the testimonies and all the things that people say about, Trump and people in the cabinet, if it were lies, they could counter-sue for slander, but they don't.
No, and then you wonder why we had 200 pages of blank pages of shit in those files. It's probably because the shit was so fucked up in there that you don't even want to see it. If I'm being straight up from what was described, they had those children,
and that was only
they had them. They were just executing them in front of people. And they had them. One of them begged to be shot, in suicide, and the other one pretty much mercy killed him. These are children. So that, I mean, how you gonna sit there for a whole 2 days, 3 days and testify that and do it for attention in the media and lie about some shit like that?
Lizzie brings up a good point. I was talking to my fiance about how men might take him seriously because men believe men. Which, well, I think wasn't it the whole reason that he kind of like even came forward was the guy that was in like his platoon or whatever that got arrested or kicked out for the child porn was because he was in it.
Oh, wow.
Sascha was in it, as was the friend that they ended the life. They killed it.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were like, "Oh, was that you?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, it was." So like that shit is still out there somewhere.
Damn.
Mhm.
That's absolutely fucking dark.
Mhm.
That's some fucking dark shit, man.
And
How do
these are
you not believe that? I mean, and all the people, like, I have people, and then a lot of people said, even like, I was a little upset with Don a little bit because of like that whole thing that he did with some other dude, Nellis, I guess they're friends, whatever. But they did not cover that story the way that it needed to be. Like, please don't speak on that shit unless you listen to all the tapes 1st.
Mhm. And like, remember the other names that were mentioned? Clarence Thomas. Where is he now? Sitting his ass on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And Jim Jordan. I never took that man seriously.
Yeah, there's some that
I mean,
he
I never took him
more than
seriously
others
as
in
it
it too.
was because of the Ohio State stuff, but like it's even more.
Yeah. And then Andy Biggs as well was a very, very much so implicated in there as well. And then, you know, some people were implicated more than others. Like he was like, I don't know if Clarence Thomas was really like doing stuff, but I
And
definitely saw him, and you know, so in and another thing that let me know that he was really being honest is because he was like, I don't know exactly if Lindsey Graham did or did not. I just did see him there, so
yeah,
that's all I know. And he
it's
was
not.
not trying
It's
to
not.
like do any more than he knew or less than he knew.
Yeah, it's not like he was like, oh, so I saw Lindsey Graham there, and then trying to say he did something. He was
Yeah.
like, I saw him. I can't recall what exactly he did, but
Mm-hmm.
like, and these are like I've said, this is all just. That's why all these Republicans are just kissing his ass
Mm-hmm.
because they're all in on it. They're all in on it.
And the reason why, and another thing he says, like the reason why he was kind of still kept around because it's like getting girls is easier, you know, patriarchy and whatnot, than it is to get boys that you can traffic. So they keep them around, and then they have them do all the fights and all the other stuff. Like he said that he was drugged, and then you know, was shown a video of him beating the shit out of another girl, and he didn't even remember it. Just awful shit, man. It was really fucking just terrible. It fucked me up mentally for like a day having to go through that. And so I really highly suggest if you're gonna speak on it and say like, oh, I believe it or not, then you need to listen to it. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. That's pretty much what I gotta say about that. Because this is not some shit that you take lightly. And this man, and another thing that he said was that Trump, it's a kink for him. He likes to see people tortured and die. He likes to watch that shit. It turns him the fuck on. He likes to see that shit. Okay? And like, this dude is a fucking psychopath. It's been very obvious from the start. We ain't done shit about it. Okay? For real. But yeah.
So we got some comments. I didn't hear the Blunt Front is saying, I didn't hear this person's story, but I did hear a female speak after she was raped by Trump. She was crying and said she was worried about being pregnant. Trump got mad, took money and threw it at her, and told her to get an abortion. She seemed genuine to me. Church finger.
Oh, that person. Have a good one, Miss Bella.
See
Thank
ya.
you so much for being here. Join us next time.
Yeah, like you can tell. There's a lot of times where you can tell that people are being genuine, and it's even just like little things, and it's like their vocal inflections and stuff. Like all these people, like what's her face, the one that wrote the book that
Virginia Giuffre.
No, the other one that God, Jean Carroll, Jean Carroll. Like she might be a little bit batty, but she's not lying.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all. So I'm just like, again, we're not doing anything. The government isn't doing anything. Nobody even really cares to listen. So when you say you want the Epstein files out and all this and this and that, and then there's a literal like audio file collection full of testimony that can give you some information, and y'all don't even want to watch it or listen to it. Like I just don't understand what the hoorah is about if you're not gonna really be about it. Like, so don't complain that you're not getting your answers, and you don't even like take the time to get them when they're presented to you. You know what I mean?